Thank you, Madam Mayor. I applaud the city administration for aggressively moving on this, and I think we're going to see more of it in other locations in the greater Boston area. What concerns me is not the financial end or the legal aspects. I have no doubt you've covered it all. It's the final product, and I understand that the T station had to be cut back financially to make the overall project work, and all the other stations were cut back. But I know Yawkey Way quite well. I've been there in the rain and the wind, and you get soaked. And we are getting a similar kind of station, and I can accept that with the provision that a more complete station, meaning better screening, perhaps even improved circulation, is looked at. I said this when we had a big meeting on this. There were people from DOT, maybe the same person was there. And I'm not saying the money has to be spent now. I'm not saying that the MBTA should be responsible for that. But if the city wants to help upgrade it, given the urban development that's going to be around it, it seems to me that we should be sure that the built design can be amended in a graceful way, not a patched way, and that a good architect can make that happen. And I just hope that's being looked at.
Well, through you, Madam Mayor, so I'm not going to speak for the Commonwealth. I can't. However, I would think that if the city were willing to ante up more, to make some changes, that is something they would certainly consider. I think that, you know, at some point that would have to be a determination made by the city, and those are some discussions we could have with the Commonwealth about that very issue. And at some point we would then have to come back to the council and say it would take X and Y to move this forward. I do think, though, to not move this would be an opportunity, and I know you're not saying that, Council, I'm just saying, speaking to the public here, this would be a lost opportunity, because as Councillor Toomey said, the improvements that'll be made in and around that area for public access, not only to that area, but to the safety and betterment of the public in general along McGrath Highway, in North Point, and in the roadways approaching it, and being able to get the community closer through the path, et cetera, and all the utility changes that'll take place. I mean, this is really a significant project. I would not want the city to pass up the opportunity, and I don't think it precludes the city having further discussions. At some point, it is their decision, but I think, you know, we would be willing to do that.
At a courtesy, I won't go into details now, but this station makes minimal gesture to Lechmere Square. It's really a North Point station, visually and connections, and there is literally a parking lot separating the main station.
There are many other improvements that will go.
I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying a graceful addition. I mean, it seems to me that it is ignored, since you've brought that up, it ignores the relationship to the rest of East Cambridge as architecture. And I'm saying I get that. We don't have the money, but the design should gracefully allow the possibility of doing it right. That's all I'm saying. And I've seen nothing to indicate that. And I'm just asking that that be part of the discussion instead of adding on a strange addition someday that better respects the rest of East Cambridge.
Yeah, I'm certainly willing, and I would hope that whoever follows me would be willing to continue to work with the T around these issues, because I do think these are important issues.
Thank you.
Councilor Mazin.
Through you,